Good morning, world, once again. Welcome to another episode of Chad's Solo Safari. And we're heading out. You can probably see from the colourless sky behind that still blanketed in a layer of light clouds as the blue is poking through. But this is no doubt going to break off through the course of the morning. Over a mild 25 degrees today, and yeah, actually probably quite happy that these clouds are out here, otherwise it would have been a very chilly night following the windy weather we had yesterday. I didn't do the afternoon drive. Good morning, Impalas. But what we are going to do is, because they are in the area, we're going to be heading back to our northwestern corner to see if any wild dogs are still running around on our property. They were literally in the corner. You could not have placed them any closer to the boundary, the northern and east-western boundary of our property yesterday. But we're going to take a chance, see if those doggies are around. So I hope you come along for the ride and enjoy the morning out. Fashion. Come on, guys. Get with the program. There's still no further sound to what I heard earlier. I've been sitting here listening, and I'm convinced that there's somebody who drives close by me with a speaker and either plays the sounds of Impala's alarm calling or odd cat sounds that I cannot identify. But it was a big cat. Not guttural enough for lion. My thinking was a leopard. My first thought was a leopard had killed something, but there's been no panic of alarm calls from anything. There were a couple of male impalas close by who looked very relaxed. So I'm still waiting. So Tundatula 5.7 kilometers, but you only have to go up 5.7 meters to enjoy that site. We're back on our access road now, and we had the dogs running around there yesterday. No dogs this morning, but the two of the Nara males have decided that this is a comfortable and warm spot to sleep, so they have passed themselves out over here. And if you do go down that gravel road for 5.7 k's into the heart of the Timbavati, you will find our Tundatula Safari Camp. Tarmac surface is not the most natural setting. I mentioned that in the first video where I found the hyena there. We do typically come look for wild dogs on this road. We saw yesterday how much they loved it. They basically got on over here at our Tundatula turnoff and ran for 4 or 5 kilometers. Someone's awake there, rolling over. And yeah, easy pathway to run on, and for sleeping on. It's a warm surface. It's free of thorns, free of grass that's going to poke you. So especially on the cooler mornings, things like lions, pride, so they'll often move to these tarmac surfaces. If you've ever visited the Kruger National Park, you know that this happens quite regularly there. And it's something that we do use to our advantage from time to time. The grass is still looking very good here. Still a much greener tinge to it than we're finding in the eastern parts, and that might explain why guys like these zebras are feeling happier here than they are out in the east. Make use of this greenery while it is still around. Been on a bit of a grass mission again this morning, but just driving around here looking at all of this lush grass, but on the banks of the Sharlumi, but there's no one here to eat it, and it's because of these raisin bush thickets. Sorry, I'm going to show you why a roller is called a roller. There he is there. Oh, hello, focus on you, dude. There we go, that's his rolling display. This is a purple roller who's doing it. There you go. Sorry, it's a tiny dot on your screen, but that's all I can do on a mobile phone. Anyway, so sorry, as I was saying, we've got all these amazing grasses here. Our roller's still going But these, what should be much more open areas, have been inundated by the presence of this raisin bush. And these raisin bushes would normally be ripped up by elephants, but they just haven't been ripped up to the extent that you'd normally find over the last couple of years. And I think they established a stronghold during the drought when there was no grass cover here. So now these open areas aren't so open anymore, and we're actually embarking on our property, our landowners, removing some sections of the raisin bush just to get the grassland or more open woodland feeling back to it. And could definitely, down in this part of the reserve, do with some of that bush clearing. Another little family of zebras, quite a small foal. Let me zoom in for you. A very small one. We're on vacation recently with some other guiding friends and talking about the black faces that you find on so many of these youngsters. Looks like they're denuded of skin, and we're not sure why it is. We've tried to research it, can't find an answer, but this little guy's also got a pretty nasty injury on the back. Almost looks, I don't know if he's been attacked by something or if it's a case of mange, but not looking in great shape. Sorry for him, but we'll see if we can get close to that butt injury. That's a terrible way of phrasing it, Chad. Yeah, it does look pretty superficial, those wounds, so I'm not too stressed. I've seen zebras that have had the skin of their flanks ripped off by lions, and you write them off thinking they're definitely going to get infections and lose condition, and you see them 2-3 months later and it's made a full recovery. But it's in good condition. So as a zebra doctor, I give it a good thumbs up for a bill of health. Here's our warthog. Let's see if he hangs around for a photo. He's come to say hi. He's a big boar. And when I say boar, it's not boring, it's just what we call the male warthog. This video might turn into a big bore if I carry on with these sorts of comments. He's got some oxpeckers on him too. And so there he is, or at least a close-up of his butt. You can see as he turns his head a little bit to the side, those big tusks or tushes coming out. And he's got a whole menagerie of friends riding on his back. Oh, what's he going to do there? He's just going to go to sleep. So, evidently this video is a bore for that boar. Sorry, chap. I'll try to be more exciting next time. Unfortunately, what I deem as exciting might not be so exciting for you, like a leopard running into the scene. So he did come and drink. I just missed the entire scene because I'm useless at filming things. I should stick to still photos and leave the filming to Brit. But yes, sorry, him and the wildebeest were there, and now they've won. As I came around the corner, I caught a view of two dark shapes in the grass, and my first thought was, ooh, it's wild dogs. But turns out that my wild dogs were nothing more than wild logs. So, I'm going to carry on. Just pulling up to this water hole here. You might see a whole herd of elephants drinking on the other side. There we go, late morning drink for this little family of elephants. You can see the trunks of the little ones coming out. Purely drinking time here. You'll see no splashing around. It's still a relatively cool morning. With this a hotter day, they would possibly be in there or at least splashing water all over themselves. But for now, drinking is what they're after. So, a whole lot of vultures. And I've got to stop saying so. Every time I start a new video clip, I'm saying so. It's things you learn about yourself when you get to watch yourself on camera. Anyway, there's a few vultures circling above. I'm just checking up on some monkeys that were shouting around camp a little earlier. But we're never going to live this down. Sofa Safari team has found something with spots. Yes, it is true. There is the man who's very chuffed with himself. And here is why he's chuffed with himself. At long last. So there we go. The long lost and very, very elusive leopard. Shisiwana, Marilla's boy, who's walking around here. But I'm going to be a naughty and sneaky bugger again and leave most of the footage to our Sofa Safari. So if you want to see more of this guy, be sure to tune in to the next episode of Sofa Safaris. And then you hear about me looking in the trees for leopards. Surely you'll find them in the trees. Well, you will, unless they go and sit in a blimmin' tree like this. He's now become invisible. Not an excellent choice for a tree, but not least not from my perspective. I'm going to be closing down very, very shortly, so thanks for joining. And again, be sure to catch the full Sofa Safari episode tomorrow, and you will be able to get a little bit more of some leopard magic. Thanks Britt and Dale for your find there. Cheers, we'll see you soon.